Hello friends, today let us see the salvage pathway for purine biosynthesis. The purine biosynthesis, I told you before that it takes place in two different pathways. One is the de novo synthesis, another one is salvage pathway. De novo synthesis is nothing but the purine ring is synthesized. That means adenine, guanine are synthesized from small molecules like nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, etc. Whereas the salvage pathway, it is simpler pathway compared to the de novo synthesis, where it uses the degraded nucleotides. That means salvage pathway is nothing but it recycles the purines after the degradation of the nucleotides. And you are familiar with the de novo biosynthesis of purine nucleotides, which is taking place in almost 10 steps, which I told you in my earlier video. Wherein this one, it starts with PRPP and ends with inosine monophosphate. The phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate is converted into inosine monophosphate through a series of 10 stages, which ultimately results in the synthesis of inosine monophosphate. After synthesizing inosine monophosphate, they are converted either into adenosine monophosphate or guanosine monophosphate, which we have seen in my previous video. This is nothing but the de novo synthesis, where the nucleotides one after another they are attached to form the purine ring. This one is the salvage pathway. What we are going to discuss today is salvage pathway. The features are, it is very simple compared to de novo synthesis. De novo synthesis, there are 10 stages are there, but in salvage it is only a single step to convert them into AMP or GMP. And this pathway, it recycles the purines and pyrimidines formed by the degradation. After degradation of the nucleotides, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine are formed, which are recycled by the salvage pathway, and this is the pathway which occurs exclusively in some of the tissues like RBC and brain, where the de novo pathway does not take place. As the de novo pathway is not taking place in RBC and brain, this is the salvage pathway is the only pathway which is operating to synthesize ATP and GTP in which tissues? In the RBC and brain. And as you know, both for the de novo synthesis and salvage pathway, the beginning molecule is nothing but phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate. It is the starting molecule both for the salvage pathway as well as for the de novo synthesis. And coming to the enzymes, only two enzymes you have to remember. One is the adenosine phosphoribosyl transferase. PRT means phosphoribosyl transferase. Adenosine phosphoribosyl transferase. Another one is the hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase. These two are the enzymes involved in the salvage pathway to synthesize adenine and to synthesize hypoxanthine or guanine. That is guanine monophosphate. Let us see the beginning molecule, which I told you it is nothing but phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, where it contains pyrophosphate, two phosphates attached. At the 5 prime, it has 5 prime phosphate, and this is the ribose sugar. This is the starting molecule for the synthesis of both the nucleotides in salvage as well as the de novo pathway. This is the salvage pathway where adenine is converted into adenosine monophosphate. Adenine, how it came? It came from the degradation of ATP molecule. That is why it is called a salvage pathway. And the reaction goes like this. Adenine reacts with phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate. Thereby, here between adenine and this ribose sugar, glycosidic linkage is formed, forming adenosine monophosphate. This is adenosine monophosphate, liberating pyrophosphate molecule from the PRPP. This bond, in order to form this glycosidic linkage, the energy is taken up by the breakdown of the pyrophosphate. The enzyme catalyzing this reaction is adenosine phosphoribosyl transferase is the enzyme. So simply adenine is converted into AMP through APRT enzyme using the in the presence of PRPP. Is another example for the synthesis of inosine or guanosine monophosphate. In the first one, the hypoxanthine, where the ketone group is there, then it is called as hypoxanthine. Hypoxanthine, in the presence of PRPP, it is converted into inosine monophosphate. How it is converted? Here, the glycosidic linkage is formed between the hypoxanthine molecule and ribose 5-phosphate. Thereby, it forms the inosine monophosphate. The enzyme catalyzing this is HGPRT. That means hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase. So, it is transferring phosphoribosyl molecule. That is why it is called as phosphoribosyl transferase. As it is transferring to the hypoxanthine, it is called as hypoxanthine phosphoribosyl transferase. The same enzyme is utilized to convert guanine to guanine monophosphate. Guanine, in the presence of phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, is converted to guanosine monophosphate. Here the same case, the glycosidic linkage between the guanine and ribose 5-phosphate is formed by the energy liberated by the oxidation or hydrolysis of the pyrophosphate. Hence, those are the two steps involved where the adenine is converted to adenosine monophosphate and the guanine is converted to GMP or hypoxanthine is converted to inosine monophosphate in the salvage pathway. Let us see the clinical significance of this, where the one of the disease that is attached to the purine biosynthesis is Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. It is an X-linked disease, X-linked inherited disease. That means the genes are present on the X chromosome and it occurs due to the deficiency of HGPRTase enzyme of salvage pathway. What is a HGPRTase? Hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase enzyme. Remember, with this enzyme is used to convert hypoxanthine to inosine monophosphate or guanine to guanosine monophosphate. Due to this one, what happens is there is accumulation of phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate in certain tissues. Because the enzyme is absent in those tissues, phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate is not utilized in the salvage pathway, thereby PRPP is accumulated. And another characteristic feature is decreased levels of purine nucleotides in those tissues. And let us see the symptoms. Self-mutilation, that means they harm themselves. Self-mutilation behavior can be seen in the patients suffering from the Lesch-Nyhan syndrome and also mental retardation in the patients suffering. Excessive uric acid production, gout in the later stages. These are the main characteristic features for the patients suffering from the Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Let us repeat: self-mutilation, they harm themselves, and mental retardation, excessive uric acid production, and gout in the later stages. These are characteristic features of the Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. In pyrimidine biosynthesis, there are many metabolic disorders, but in the purine biosynthesis, it is very rare in case of human beings. It is the only disease which is taking place due to the absence of HGPRTase. We will see other metabolic disorders due to the pyrimidine biosynthesis in the next video. Let us sum up what we have learnt. We learnt that purine synthesis takes place in two pathways. One is the de novo pathway as well as salvage pathway. De novo is construction of the molecules from the beginning. Entire purine adenine molecule or guanine molecule is constructed, and salvage pathway is nucleotides are degraded. From the degraded nucleotides from the adenine molecule to the adenine molecule, if the ribose 5-phosphate is added up, then it forms the adenosine monophosphate. Then it is converted into ADP and ATP by specific kinase enzymes. And one of the metabolic disorders what we observe is the Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Let us go to the next step where we have to answer the following questions. Stay on this slide for a moment and try to answer all the questions. If you heard, definitely you will answer all these questions. If you have queries, please post below. Thank you.